Hey everyone, this is Prashant. Today I want to talk about AI driven automation and how that's a threat and an opportunity for enterprise SaaS product managers and SaaS providers. Let's start with the background. I'm going to talk in the context of the customer service industry, which is where I've spent the past 4 years. In the next 10 years, AI powered agents are expected to handle 50% of all customer interactions. That is by 2034. I mean, this is based on research that analysts such as Barclays shared about a year back. So let's look at a hypothetical organization with 100 agents, and I'm talking about customer service agents. Now, we can extrapolate this to other roles in different companies, but I will talk in the context of a customer service organization. Let's say this organization has in 2024 100 agents, 100 people handling all customer interactions. By 2034, 50% of those interactions will be completely handled by an AI agent, and the remaining 50% will be handled by human beings, but they will be significantly assisted by AI agents. So you may argue that the pace at which this happens is different in different industries and so on. But based on the past 2 years of my experience looking at working with hundreds of customers, I know this trend has already started. The pace may differ depending upon the industry, but it's a matter of time. We don't know exactly when this will happen, but this will happen in the next few years. So that is a big threat to enterprise software vendors and product managers. Now, why is that a threat? A customer with 100 agents using SaaS software spends roughly, this is just an industry average, of about $120,000 per year for software subscription. Now, they pay their agents, their employees, about $40,000 on an average. Obviously, this changes depending upon which country they are in and which region they are in. So that's a labor expense of about 4 million per year. So they're spending about 4.4 to 4.2 million per year to on their customer service operation. As the number of agents decreases, the spend on seat-based licenses will decrease. The payroll cost will decrease as well. Now let's look at those numbers. So by 2034, obviously this is a hypothetical projection. I could be wrong, but generally I think I'm right. um, this customer will save 2 million in payroll costs because now they need only 50 agents. They don't need the 100 agents because AI is handling 50% of their work. Um, but they will pay, if assuming that they are paying seat-based licenses, they will pay the software vendor $60,000 because now AI agents handle half the interactions, and they don't need seat-based licenses for 100 agents. Now, this is a big problem for SaaS software vendors who sell seat-based licenses, including my company. And this is going to impact every enterprise software company that uh, sells seat-based licenses. I mean, that includes large companies that like Salesforce, SAP, Microsoft. Any company that sells seat-based licenses is needs to change if they want to grow and want to survive. Now, this is not just a problem, but it is also an opportunity for all enterprise software vendors and the product managers who design and build products for those vendors. You know, every software vendor that you are familiar with is most likely, I would say definitely, but most likely changing their business model from seat-based pricing to outcome-based pricing. And I believe that those who do this well will significantly increase their revenue. In some industries, they can quadruple. or even make more money, much more than that, um, even without adding new customers. If they just serve their existing customer base, they will likely quadruple their revenue in the next 10 years. And I think I'm being conservative there. I think the opportunity is much more than that. How will that happen? Say by 2034, AI in this hypothetical company that we discussed, AI agents will be designed to handle 50% of all customer interactions. This means this customer will save about $2 million dollars in payroll costs. Now, they may not lay off all those employees, they may reassign them in other places, or they may expand their business but not hire more people. So there are various permutations and combinations. But in general, in a simplified example, they will save $2 million in payroll costs. And almost every software vendor is going to ask for a percentage of that savings as their AI agent fee. Now, obviously, the SaaS vendor has no choice but to become an AI software vendor. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. So by 2034, AI agents will also assist human agents and make them significantly more efficient. For example, a human agent will act as an orchestrator while the actual job itself will be done by AI agents. For example, if a human agent takes a phone call or a chat or an email, they can simply delegate part of the work to an AI agent. Authenticate this customer, or uh, give this customer their bank balance, or give them their order status, or schedule an appointment for this customer, or check their credit score. Whatever the job is, which is part of the business workflow, and a human agent will be able to delegate that to an AI agent and monitor them while the AI agent does the job. So this means even when an AI agent is assisting a human, and when a human is involved, the software vendor still gets paid, which makes sense, which makes logical sense. This is not new. I mean, this is already happening in airport, check-in counters. It used to be that we used to walk to a counter, and a human being checked us in, but now we check in using automated kiosks. But if there is a problem, a human agent walks in and helps us. This is happening in grocery stores, it's happening in banks, and it's not a new model. It'll definitely happen, and it's already happening in some industries. um, so what is the impact of all these things on product managers, particularly the ones who are working in enterprise software industry? And I think that every product manager in an enterprise software in the enterprise software industry is an AI product manager, has to become an AI product manager, has no choice but to become an AI product manager. But you may say that you do not have machine learning experience, or you don't understand AI models, or you don't have the background in that area. You're a domain expert. How do you become an AI product manager? I think this is where I want to show um, uh, the observation made by Andrew Ning. Andrew Ning, of course, is a very respected name, a very respected person in AI, has worked in multiple companies across the world. And he recently talked about the biggest opportunities in AI. This is obviously the AI stack. The semiconductor makers like NVIDIA and AMD and Intel are at the bottom. They make chips. Then the cloud infrastructure providers like AWS, Google Cloud, Azure, and Snowflake are at the infrastructure level. And then the foundational AI model providers, the main ones like OpenAI, Anthropic, Meta, Google, they are at this level. But the biggest opportunity for most product managers and most companies are at the application level, because the responsibility to identify how these AI models can be applied to workflows or specific interactions can be done by experienced product managers, which is what my colleagues and I are doing in my current company. And that is an important skill that doesn't require knowledge of machine learning, but it requires a basic understanding of how AI models work and deep domain expertise, and obviously a willingness to be creative and try things out and learn pretty quickly how these different models can help with the automation of particular interactions or workflows, and also a deep understanding of the value those interactions bring to a customer. For example, the value created by summarizing an email or summarizing a chat conversation or a phone conversation is very different from the value created um, by scheduling an appointment. Because scheduling an appointment for a hospital might mean a revenue secured, or um, authorizing a loan for a bank is far more valuable compared to a password reset in a bank, and so on. So, deep domain knowledge about specific industries and the value of every use case for the industry um, is where enterprise SaaS product managers who have deep experience in these industries can bring value. Now, what are the things that product managers need to focus on? There are many things that product managers need to change. Obviously, they have to learn AI. They have to learn how AI models can be applied to workflows, and how interactions can be automated, or how agents can be assisted. Obviously, those things have to be. You have to learn. You have to quickly learn those things. Try things out. You know. But once you've done that, you also have to redefine value metrics. Instead of saying I'm going to expand revenue by selling more seats or building more capabilities and charging more for those capabilities, product managers need to think about the outcomes that they can provide to customers. For example, in the customer service industry, outcomes are how many interactions can be completely automated. The second point is build real-time usage visibility. Some companies do it. We are doing it. We are getting better at it. But it is important to build real-time usage visibility for product managers, for finance teams, so that they can understand billing, customer success managers, so that they can have a meaningful conversation with customers and customers themselves, so that they can see how their AI agents are performing, how to budget for um, future software or AI agent usage, and so on. The third thing is you have to build tiered products. I think product managers have to build tiered product packages, so that customers who are using a lot of AI agents can get a better price, and the customers who are not willing to pay a lot, has a lower price package, and so on. And obviously, talking to your customers, talking to your sales teams, talking to your marketing teams, your finance teams, to understand how this whole thing is working is very important as well. So I think these are the three things product managers need to do. This is based on the experience of working in this changing environment for about 2 years now. Every crisis is an opportunity, and I think this is one of the biggest opportunities for product managers in the enterprise software industry, and for the enterprise software industry itself. I think it's going to go through significant change this year, and 2024 is going to be, sorry, 2025 is going to be a very interesting year. So hope that helped. Thank you for your time, and Happy New Year.